From the great halls of their house, there are assembled three who hope to one day be the world's greatest driving heroes. Created from the cosmic legends of the universe comes our team captain, the Vision, Bill Fisher. Their soon-to-be Wonder Woman, Vicki Fisher. Our Captain Marvel and head flight trainee, Jennifer Skripchuk. And our Batman, the master of tools, gadgets, and all things mechanical, our mild-mannered soon-to-be billionaire, Alan Danvers. Their mission, to fight injustice, share what is right and wrong, to get you out of your house and come out racing with them, and serve all mankind. They are the Garage Heroes in Training Team.
Captain's Log Supplemental.
So, Miss Vicki.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember when we were watching those WRL events and some of those Grid Life events where you used to see the in-car video and it had like the cameras seeing front and back, but it also could see all the telemetry and everything that was going on?
Mm-hmm.
You know, most of the ones that we liked were taken by the Sentinel system. Remember James came on our podcast earlier?
Right.
You know, we have no excuse since he lent us one for trial and demonstration purposes. We should actually probably put that in one of our cars. Maybe two.
I really think we should.
I think we should.
I know.
Because then we'd look like the immature endurance racing team that we are. Oh, wait, I mispronounced that, didn't I? Sorry, my bad. We could
So what does the
have,
Sentinel system do?
we could have 3 cameras with picture-in-picture. We could have, if we ever get the AIM system to work, open invitation to anybody from AIM to come on and give us a little bit of love. We need some help. And then we could have all our telemetry on there. And then we can have it streamed live into the paddock or around the world to our millions of fans. We're apparently very popular in Kenya right now. Don't know why, but that's fine. And it can integrate all the available race statistics from like Race Hero and everything. So we could actually see how we're doing on video. We wouldn't even have to carry around our phone anymore. Live.
I love it.
Dominating with Dawson.
Mr. Dawson, we have listener feedback from 2 recent episodes.
Woohoo!
Are they mad at me?
I don't know. One of them's so long I didn't read the whole thing, but I'll read it soon.
Okay, yeah. Here we go.
The pizza episode seems to be a big hit. We've gotten a lot of interaction there, but we only got one suggestion, which kind of surprised me.
Okay.
A friend of ours named Khan, who lives down towards you a bit, he says in Charlottesville, on the way to VIR on I-29, Dr. Ho's House of Humble Pie. And he says you can thank him now.
Thank you. Thanks so much. If I'm heading that way, I'll check Dr. Ho out.
So since you're a frequent VIR participant, not as frequent as you wish, but frequent.
That's right.
Dr. Ho's, have you tried Dr. Ho's house?
You said it's on the way to like Charlottesville, right?
Charlottesville, Virginia. It's on the way to VIR. I guess
so that's
on the way for him. So it's probably past it for you.
Yeah, it is nay on the way for me, but I'll check it out if I'm in the area. They do say that in the VIR area. Also, every time I'm at VIR, I hate to sound like this is gonna be like a brag, like a I'm lame / brag.
Mm-hmm.
But I live close enough that I never stay there for the all night activities or like go to dinner because it's always like, oh, this is over fast enough, or our car broke fast enough. I can get home for dinner. You know what I mean? So I'm usually not there for the group dinners, but I hear that Millie's is a good place to get pizza around VIR. I think I'm saying the right place. Millie's, yeah, like
Millie's. All right. Well,
yeah.
If we're wrong and somebody says Millie's sucks or it's Milton's, not Millie's, let us know.
Okay, yeah.
Don't know. All right. We did get some towing exercise. You ready?
Yeah. Did I tell my story about my bad towing story on that?
I do not believe you did, sir. And I thought we'd let you have it because it was covered many, many moons ago. But just in case people missed it, and Dawson, story time about towing. Well, not really towing. Trailering?
Yeah. Trailer interactions, let's say. Do you want me to say what it was now?
I want the whole story, sir.
All right. So Ben Dawson good at driving
of
race.
the dominating with Dawson, Ben Dawson,
That's right. That's the royal we, me, I, they, all of
Okay.
us, whoever. I am good at driving race cars.
Mhm.
I am not good at any other racing things. I say that kind of tongue in cheek. I got a good feel for setup and stuff like that. But when it comes to like doing the stuff of racing, that a lot of people with common sense are good at, I'm not. One of those is trailering. Like I'm terrible at backing a trailer. Like when it comes down to got to do it, tight paddock space, somehow my brain clicks and I can figure it out. But when it comes to, the Sunday night after the race and in the rain, trying to back it across a buddy's like ditching his driveway, I'll lose it. It takes me 100 tries.
Mhm.
But anyway, I also just don't have any common sense. So I go to VIR, bring in our race car. I'm sure our crew was going to come later, but I was going to get there early and I was going to instruct all weekend. I'm sure we were going to test our race car. But that was my job to bring the race car up. So I had the trailer hooked to my F-150 and drove it up there, just not thinking. I was like, in my mind, I'm like, I want to be done with trailer.
Listen, you should have just stopped at just not thinking.
Right. But yeah, I don't know why. I guess maybe I had to go do something that day. Or I was going to leave. I was going to drive the truck home that night. That's what it was. So I needed to detach the truck from the trailer and just wasn't thinking about it.
Because Millie's wasn't open, right?
Yeah, Millie's wasn't open yet. It was early in the morning. I'm dumb. So I detached the trailer from the truck, and then I get in the race car and try to like back the race car down off the trailer without doing anything to secure the wheels.
Well,
So
I mean, you wanted to move the race car. You didn't want the wheels to be stuck.
And that's right. So as soon as I start rolling the race car, it tips the balance of the trailer, and I realize the trailer is rolling across the VIR paddock with me sitting in the race car on top of it. And like a total dum-dum, just to reinforce how dumb I am, for 1 second, I hit the brakes in the race car like that was going to help me. I'm like, what are you doing, dumbass? Mm-hmm. So then I start realizing like I need to get out of this car and try to do something, throw my body in front of the trailer to stop it before I go rolling through the pro shop. And luckily it was a track day event that's friendly to me, and these people have known me a million years, also plenty aware of how dumb I am. So luckily some dude on his way to tech knows me, threw a 2x6 under one of the tires and stopped me like before I got close enough to do any damage. So I'm still sitting in an E30 on the back of a trailer, just going like, and before my feet hit the ground, my other buddy who's watching all this from the tech shed, before my feet hit the ground, he had messaged me an Amazon link to trailer chocks. So I need the feedback. Whoever's got good stories or better ideas than I had about trailing, I'd love to hear, because I mess it up almost every time I do it. And I've never even blown a tire in a trailer. I don't even get me started about everybody popping tires all the time on trailers. I can't even do it at all. So
just go chasing your trailer.
Oh, I got so lucky that day. That could have been a pretty big disaster. It was very embarrassing, but also I also genuinely enjoy when somebody can get a good laugh at my expense. As long as nobody got hurt, as long as there's nothing to be solidly embarrassed about, no injury, I can enjoy it too. So it ended up being pretty funny and fun.
Excellent. Well, Miss Vicki, we never did that one, so there's still stuff for us to get wrong.
Yeah, we've done bad things, but
I mean, I had been doing
in our learning process.
I had been doing this stuff for well over 10 years when I did that. So you got time to do this.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time.
We're working our way up towards it. Okay.
That's right. You can move up into that.
There we go. All right. Let's see. Chris, known racer and Lemons Rally person, with Miss Vicki several times, and HPD'd with us a few times. Wrote in because I was confused with tongue weight, and he sent in a hitch. It's called the Way Safe Drop Hitch, and what it does is it has a scale in the hitch itself, and it can measure tongue weight as you're doing it.
Ooh!
But you also have to be smart enough to know what value is good and what value is bad, right?
True. But he did make a somewhat I don't know. There's lots of adjectives I can use here. A comment that I seem to like toys, so he thought this might fit right into my schedule.
Yeah. And Jeremy's got a really sweet hookup with his truck where he's got like hydraulics or airbags in his truck rear that kind of lift the truck, that counter.
Nice.
the weight of the trailer, which is really kind of awesome because we certainly have a problem with tongue weight on our trailers, and it's a consistent problem.
So for the listeners playing the home game, yes, it's true. Miss Vicki has not listened to the towing episode because we talked all
No, I
about
have
that.
not.
But
I have not.
it's only been 3 weeks. It's fine, Miss Vicki.
Yeah, I know.
You're good. It's okay.
I know. It is a good setup though. I was looking at it, my eyes just went, what is that? What is that?
So for the other
I-
8 billion people who don't listen to the podcast, Vicky's one of them.
Yeah, well, the thing is like I have a Vespa that I want to be able to take to the track,
Uh-huh.
and I need to find a way of trailering it with our trailer without adding too much tongue weight. Now I know that Chris and Chrissy from Three Pedal Mafia, they have it set up to where they put it on their tongue.
The triangle.
Yeah, but we have a pointed front end, so we can't really do that. But that was pretty clever. They were just able to roll their Vespa-ish up onto
Scooty.
us. Yeah, Scooty. Yeah, they were able to put it on the tongue the way they have it set up, and they able to counterweight it and everything. And I'm just, well, I can't, but I'd like to at some point be able to get this thing to one of the tracks, because sometimes where we're at, it's like a haul. It's a big haul to get from the opening to the hot pit from our location. So
Yeah, I'm tired of using my legs too.
yeah,
Won't do it.
Oh, shut up.
Won't do it anymore.
So this brings us to the second home game for the listener. Yes. If we're playing the drinking game that Vicki listens but does not hear Bill, this is where Bill says, "But we already have everything we need, and I've showed it to you, and it's got to be installed into the trailer."
Yes, and this is me on here flipping you off.
To be fair, that's a common refrain in my household too. Like Ben, I have told you this thing at least one time, and you were not listening. So yeah,
there's a difference between hearing and listening.
Yeah,
I hear a lot. I hear so much.
Yeah. Well, listen, as I said before, don't judge me for my choices and what I do, because you're one of them. So,
solid. Burn, not burn. I don't know.
Keep this up. You're in the tub tonight.
Oh, wow.
Very well. All right, let's move on to listener feedback number 3 before Bill digs himself into the shower and not even the tub. So I don't even think we have a shower. We just have tubs. Anyway. Okay. Ben, if you were to guess who was going to write in about an episode, who would you guess to be writing in?
Is it to quote George Costanza, is it Tyler?
It is Tyler.
No.
So literally one whole page of our doc is Tyler's email. So let me try and get through this.
Well, thank you, Tyler, for writing in. We always appreciate
Tyler,
it.
we do appreciate it, and I thank you for the novel that you wrote about towing. Okay, towing education is great. It's overlooked by a lot of folks in racing who want to focus on the shiny race car, but not the boring truck and trailer.
Yep.
He admits to being guilty of this, and he does say that towing is always scarier to him than driving on the track.
Yes, I have my experience. Towing is way more dangerous than anything you're going to do on the racetrack.
I agree. I think he says then that the amount of weight involved is very scary, and most of his experiences in cars less than 300 pounds, and his truck and trailer weighs in at 17,000 pounds. And
I bet I got experience in cars weighing less than 3,000, right?
I believe
Not
he does.
300?
3,000. Yeah. Sorry. Did I say 300? My bad. I
Okay.
read 3,000. See, Miss Vicki didn't notice because she listened but did not hear. And he makes a very good comment that perhaps we should think about every now and then. He is still shocked that the DOT allows him to drive with that much weight after passing a 10-minute test in a Honda Fit 13 years ago. Good point. Definitely.
Young fella over here.
Exactly. 13 years ago, I was 30 years of experience of driving, but that's just me. Because of this, he did his best to educate himself about what he needed to do to safely tow his MX-3 and tools and parts, and ended up getting a Ford Excursion. It's a good tow pig.
I can't think of what that is, but it sounds like some sort of SUV or something.
Yeah, it's the big SUV.
Mhm.
It's like the Ford Suburban.
Oh, so even bigger than the Expedition. Like,
Yeah,
I got you. Yeah, it's
it's
a big old dog. Yeah,
it's a,
F350, pretty much.
yep,
Right.
with a cab. You know what I saw the
Yeah.
other day driving? I saw a Subaru Brat with a cap on it.
Huh. That's cool.
Wouldn't you just buy the Outback or the, I mean, they already made the one that's fully enclosed. If you're going to go with the cap on a Brat, anyway,
I mean, hey, don't yuck their yum. You know what I'm saying? That's what they would.
that's all right. That's all right. All right. Let's see. He says that his excursion's a little overkill, and he's got an enclosed trailer, so it's not that much overkill. So that's okay.
No.
Let's see. He believes it was Jeremy who mentioned the weight of the bed of the truck subtracting from the towing capacity. And that's partially true, but not necessarily the whole story. The excursion, as his is optioned, listen to this bad boy, V10, four-wheel
Mhm.
drive, 373 diff. That's a tow pig.
Yeah, dang.
V10. We should put that in your MX3, Tyler. Throw that bad boy in there. Maybe change the springs a little bit, but that's okay.
Maybe.
It's rated to tow 9,600 pounds. This rating is specifically for the trailer, although it does have another maximum weight of 17,000 pounds, which is the GCWR for those playing the Scrabble home game. That one will get you 4x points if you use the right squares. And it specifies that the maximum weight of the truck and trailer combined is 17,000 pounds. Because the trailer weighs because the excursion weighs 7,460 pounds. This means he's always limited by a factor to 9,500 pounds, roughly. And let's see. Unless you underfill your fuel tank and find a way to drive the truck remotely, you have to count yourself and the fuel. So
Okay. Yeah.
his gross weight could easily go over 20,000 pounds, which would be well above his limit. So he says you have to play the game of sometimes you put stuff in the trailer, sometimes you put the stuff in the cab, and sometimes you put the stuff in the bed. So spread it around.
Yeah. Good idea.
So as far as determining tongue weight, he took his trailer loaded to a cat scale and weighed it. Not a bad plan, with and without disconnecting it, and was able to determine the tongue weight. So we've got two people trying to solve my problem with tongue weight. So he gives a mathematical formula, which I will include in the episode notes, where it talks about the difference of the object's center of gravity to the axle over the distance, and Ben's eyes are already glazing over, and I can see that.
Yeah.
So that'll be there.
What?
Exactly.
What time is it?
Exactly. So we'll put that in the notes so Ben doesn't fall asleep on his own episode. That's okay. So, and that's in there, and it looks like there's some calculations that you can do for weight that's beyond the axle, on top of the axle, and in between the axle. He does say, sorry for sending another novel. He really needs to work on his editing. And this is from Tyler. And I thought this was a very nice comment towards the end. He says, P.S. I know what you mean about knowing something so well you don't think about it. The instructor and other students in his flight instructor course keep telling me I'm not dumbing things down enough. Thinking like somebody who has no experience is tough when you haven't been there for a decade. So that's something that we talked about when Jeremy was on, that, he's been towing for so long, he forgot more stuff than I even know.
Right.
And sometimes you need to refresh because the basics are usually what screws you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, ask Ben Dawson. And when he's trying to get out of a race car just off the trailer, it basically screw that way up.
Well, you wanted to move your trailer and your car at the same time.
Yeah, I guess I must have.
And perhaps go shopping in the clubhouse without all at once.
Surprise shopping trip for everybody.
Exactly. I'm burst through the door with panache. Okay, last one. We had another trailer towing episode. This is from Carlton. I think this is the first time we've heard from Carlton as far as feedback, but that's okay. Carlton, write in anytime.
Hey, Carlton.
He says, with Lemons, the paddock life is so important because the sheer amount of time required at the track. We didn't want to do an RV, and we hate staying at hotels. So he's put a lot of effort into his trailer so they can sleep in it. We talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
He's got an awning.
That's very frequent.
Yeah. Awning, lights, carpet, a heat pump for heating and cooling, lots of other things. And he says it's a work in process, but it may be in the top 5% in the paddock. And at this point, he's using an 8.5-foot wide by 24 enclosed box. That's a pretty good sized trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to see Carlton's rig. Carlton, send in some pictures or tell us you're coming to a
Absolutely.
track. We need that. Actually, you know what? Tow pigs, trailers, anything you got that's cool, send us pictures. We'll share with everybody. We're gonna have like a link on the website where we show all the best things that we've seen. And even, it doesn't have to be the best thing, could just be something cool. So we have not gotten into trailer fixturing and equipping, and we should do that in a future episode. So what do you think, Ben? You weren't available for the trailer and towing episode part 1.
Yeah.
Any tow related or tow pig related things you'd like to add to the discussion?
That was a good one for me to miss because I don't have a whole lot of depth on towing, and I'm mostly just inept at it. So I'm okay.
Okay. Well, if you want to help Ben, Dominic, right into us.
Yeah, buddy.
Garage shares and training at gmail.com. Miss Vicki.
Bye.
Yes.
Trailer and towing, not your
Bye.
favorite.
Well, it's something. It's a work in progress. It really is. Really is.
I did get a couple of people fired up when I said that this was a necessary evil for racing. People wrote in saying it's so much fun, and I'm like, then do it for me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta tell you, it's exhausting. And what's exhausting for us because we don't really have a solid setup. Towards the end, at some point, we're just kind of chucking things in there.
Well, plus we're loading for usually 1, 2, or 3 cars, and then unloading for 1, 2, or 3 cars. So it gets a little heavy.
We kind of haul for everybody.
We do. So trailer and towing will be coming up, or by the time this episode comes out, will have already happened. You never know. It's some of the stuff we record. But anyway, very well. Thank you for writing in.
Yeah, thanks for all the feedback, everybody.